Hi everyone and welcome to the LFC crew. Today we have Liverpool Supporters Club Cape Town from Westridge, Mitchell's Plain. They are the official Liverpool Supporters Club here in the Western Cape. We have Neil that will be joining us on the show and our other LFC crew member Lee. Hi Neil, welcome to the
Hey,
LFC crew.
hey, good evening, and thanks for having me. And hi to everyone watching.
Hi, so Neil, so you
Yes,
guys are the LFC Supporters Club in Mitchell's Plain. That's the premium sports bar. Is that right?
that is correct. We are the official Liverpool Supporters Club in Cape Town. We operate out of Premium Sports Bar, which is based in Westridge in Mitchell's Plain. However, we represent members or followers of Liverpool FC across Cape Town and the entire Western Cape. So yeah, but that in a nutshell is where we are and who we are.
Okay. Lee?
Okay, cool. So I just would like to know, Neil, how did you guys get started and why? Why did you start also the supporters club?
Yeah, a fantastic question. We got together with a good friend of the supporters club and a personal hero of mine, John Barnes, at a lunch meeting a couple of years ago. And one of the dreams that we had, and I think that John is passionate about as well, is really giving a home to all Liverpool supporters and doing that in an official capacity, really, but also just to create an environment where guys, girls, and the like can all get together and with one vision enjoy Liverpool football together,
Yeah.
get familiar with the club, with its ethos, what it stands for, live out its values. And we decided that we needed to build that type of community in Cape Town. Now we've
Yeah.
had lots of different venues throughout the years in and around Cape Town, but we never really had an official supporters club. And in this conversation that John and we had, this was one of the things that he said, guys, we need to get an official supporters club out here in Cape Town. And that's what motivated us to get started.
That's a
Cool.
brilliant story.
That's
It's one of
exciting.
the it's actually one of the nicer stories
Definitely.
that we heard. We had a Liverpool Supporters Club Pretoria here on the show, and we
Oh,
had
fantastic.
Durban on the show as well. Yeah. We are from Cape Town, as you can
Very good
hear by the
friends of ours.
accent as well.
Yes,
We are
yes,
from Cape
yes.
Town. You can hear by the accents, and we've been to the premium sports bar on a match day. It was the United versus Liverpool game. Which year was that? The year we won the Champions
Oh,
League. Lee?
goodness.
Is it that year?
The year before,
No, the
just the
year
year
before.
before.
The year before, yes.
Wa-
Lee and myself,
Wow.
we are very superstitious people. All right. We the reason why we didn't come as often is we found that every time we go to the supporters club, then Liverpool lose. So we
Oh, goodness.
stopped. Yes,
Oh,
so we
goodness.
stopped and then we started winning. Hopefully we have to break that duck. We have to break that duck. So
I love it.
when all this is allowed again, we have to build up
Yeah.
the confidence to be able to come there
Yes.
again and sit and watch them and actually win a game because every time we win there, then we lost the
Oh,
game. So we thought it was us.
oh,
That's why we just stayed
yeah.
away. It's not like we didn't want to come. We have to understand this.
Well, I think you guys are more than welcome to come now because with the element that we have within Liverpool now, it's a completely different team. It's a completely different outfit. And I think our outlook, not only as supporters, but the outlook from within the club has completely been turned around. And you guys are more than welcome to come. And I think with our new chanting, that will, precede every
Yeah.
game. We leave all the bad voodoo outside, and we leave all the superstitions outside, or we'll get rid of it through the chanting and
Yeah.
celebrations. Because we start celebrating before the match starts, because we know we will
Ah,
win.
no, no. The atmosphere is electric there. From what we've seen, even
Absolutely.
the guys are jumping even off the a defeat as well. My dad actually went for
Yes.
he was there when we went to the Champions League final in against Madrid. the semi-final.
Oh yeah.
Who did you play in that semi-final again? Okay, was it Roma?
Um,
I think it was Roma.
Goodness, you're
Yes,
taking me
Roma.
back
Yes.
now.
I think it was
Yes.
yes, Roma. We came up against Allison when Allison was still in goal at Roma. So he was at the supporters club and he sent me videos when we went through, and I was absolutely jealous because the place was jumping, but I couldn't risk going because we couldn't afford to lose. So I stayed at home and sacrificed, least sacrificed. Hopefully the second we eventually won it, so the sacrifice wasn't for nothing. You understand
The
what I
sacrifice
we
Fantastic,
played
paid
guys.
off. Yeah.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
with pleasure, but we're
You
going to come
mentioned.
and break it. Neil, I just want to
That,
hear something by you quickly.
definitely.
We
Yes.
spoke to the other
Yes.
supporters clubs, and they told us all the benefits and the goodie bags and stuff that they gave us. They gave the breakdown of the membership fees and all of that. So I'm assuming that the Cape Town one it's similar because the other two's one was also similar. I just want to know because of we found a lot more of our fans are purchasing Liverpool merchandise online from the online store. It's becoming very popular because I'm meeting a lot of people that prefer buying it from the official store in the UK and having
That's
it shipped
correct.
to them. When
That's
joining
correct.
a official supporters club, do you get some kind of discount, or is it still the same prices, or is there any type of benefit that goes with purchasing online while you're a member of a
Oh,
Liverpool supporters club?
oh yes, 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 definitely. There are benefits for members. And our members enjoy a 10% discount at the LFC store, and especially at the online store. There's also the Anfield store South Africa, which also stocks official merchandise run by a very good friend Iqbal out in Johannesburg, and he's got the official anfieldstore.co.za. And our members enjoy a 10% discount when purchasing online with the Anfield store in South Africa as well. So yeah,
Oh,
definitely a benefit that we do offer our members, and
yeah.
that is, among other benefits as well.
No, that's brilliant. Like now that I didn't we didn't know about that
You
even.
didn't know that,
So
yes.
definitely
Yes.
I think I need to come in get a membership there by you guys. What's your
Oh,
packages? The
definitely.
pricing on the packages?
Well, our packages are roughly calculated at about 550 Rand for the season.
Okay.
And that includes an array of international benefits with Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah.
And it also includes some local benefits to the members. So if you don't mind, I just want to run through what that
Okay.
entails, just so that
Yeah.
everyone has a good view of what it is that we do. So of course you get your membership card, and that is the card with your official membership number on that entitles you to your 10% discount at Liverpool FC. Also
Okay.
with the local Anfield store here in South Africa. And of course, you get your welcome pack with your merchandise in, and that is your. So this season we've got the little flag in there. We've got a couple of amenities in there, but you also
Yeah.
get your subscription to the LFC magazine. You get your 50% discount on the LFC TV Go. You get discounted
50%.
monthly,
Oh,
50% discount. Yeah, to the annual subscription. There's a
yeah.
discount on your okay, there's also a half price for 6 months on the LFC TV Go. Our members enjoy discounts on Anfield Stadium tours, the food, and from the Boot Room Sports Cafe at Anfield. So those are some of the exclusive
Benefits.
um, benefits that our members would enjoy on the international side. On the local side, what we've done is we've split our year into quarters. And so in each quarter, we do three activities. At one would be a charitable activity where we give back to the community where we are all from. So it's not just focusing on here where we are, but we focus on the whole of Cape Town. And so at least one charitable event will take place. There will be one fundraising initiative. The fundraising initiatives that we have is there to benefit members. So let's say we go to one of our second clubhouses like Mitchell's at the waterfront. then the supporters club would then subsidize the traveling costs, because we don't want our members driving up and down, especially after having an ale or two. So the supporters club would actually arrange for transport to be made available, or if we do our get-togethers, like our third wing of our what we do in our quarters is a family day event. And when we do that, like our last one at Tola's Place out in Protea Heights, fantastic picnic venue. So we covered the entry cost for all of our members. We covered all the wood and charcoal for those who wanted to braai and enjoy the afternoon. And so all of that was covered by the supporters club, and all we expected of our members is to come and have a fantastic afternoon.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant from a membership. Came down looking after the supporters. It's nice. Definitely.
We try
when
out.
you guys,
yeah.
No, go for it.
Now, I wanted to say we try our best, and this really stemmed from that initial conversation that we had on why we wanted to start an official supporters club. And one of the things that we identified was the supporters club is based in a pub. It's kids aren't really allowed at a pub setting. And so what we find is oftentimes we have the parents of the kids, or at least one of the parents of the kids, coming to enjoy the match, but they can't always watch the match together. And Liverpool is really a club that talks to family. It talks about togetherness. It talks about us getting together. And we thought, what can we as a supporters club do for our members to ensure that we live out that part of our values, being a Liverpool family? And our family days, which is that third tier I just mentioned, coincides with a match so that we can get to a neutral venue where everyone can be included, from kids to parents and the young and old alike. And we can enjoy, watching a match together. And that's really important to us.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's actually very nice benefits. When do you guys start taking memberships? When do one subscribe if you join the club if you want to, at the beginning of the season or during the season?
Well, our season usually runs a cycle from the 1st of July all the way through to the 30th of June. The year usually concludes with a year-end dinner. It's usually a black tie dinner where members are awarded certain awards for their participation throughout the season. But due to COVID and the season just changing this year, we've actually had to delay opening membership. And fortunately, our membership only opened Monday, this past Monday last week. Our membership has opened, so it is now open to anyone who wishes to join and to become part of the Liverpool family.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going onto the website, so I need to download me the forms and join the membership for the club for the upcoming season.
For sure.
Definitely.
You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you guys on board.
Yes, and we would once. It's difficult, like we said, during the COVID times because of the restrictions, the COVID time. Because what we would love to do is actually do some fan cams, because we are a new channel. We're trying to grow the Liverpool online community and get more subscribers and get the supporters clubs involved as well. So what we would like to do is go out to the supporters clubs and then actually do fan cams after the match, speak to some fans, speak to some people at the club, and then start uploading those videos as well so that the people can watch and see the reactions and all of that.
Yeah. No, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, but we have to wait also for this whole COVID-19 and all the restrictions around it. Are you guys open the weekend for the charity sale?
Yes, we've just started collecting the names of the patrons that will be joining us. Now, unfortunately, at Clubhouse number 1, which is the main clubhouse, Premium Sports Bar, we are only allowed a number of 36 patrons to visit, because in the pub itself, you have the staff, you've got the kitchen staff, the chefs and so on, you've got the bartenders and so on, and they make up a large number of people in the venue. So we're only able to accommodate 36 extra patrons. So our secretary is collecting the names now. It's a similar setup at Mitchell's at the V&A waterfront. I'm just waiting for them to confirm what the number is that we are able to accommodate at that clubhouse as well. And that's really been a bit of a challenge. However, there's always ways and means of getting around this. And one of the things that we've taken or undertaken in this time is to also have get-togethers on Zoom. And so we would get together on Zoom, watch the match together, and the members are able to interact and to comment on what they see. And every now and again, when it's possible, we would get one of the South African sports celebrities who's also an avid Liverpool supporter. And with our last one, we were very happy to have one of our members who is a sportsman and just happens to be the South African Rugby World Cup winning captain, Siya Kolisi. And he joined us for that. And nice. Siya's one of our members as well. So, yeah.
Is it? Oh, that's nice. Maybe we can get the fan cam with Siya there also. So we will definitely communicate with you guys when the two of us, we can come there and do a couple of fan cams as well. Because obviously we need to consider the total of people that can or that are allowed in the building. But we have our details. You have our details. We got your details. So we'll sort out that when we are allowed to do that. But on to the footballing side of things. I think Lee has something you would like your insights on.
Sure.
I was wondering, Neil, did you watch perhaps Saturday's game? Liverpool versus Stuttgart. How did you feel the guys play?
I felt quite confident in the abilities, and I loved what Jurgen and the technical team have done in that side. And it was a bit of feeling what it would be like with a strategy, as we could see a little bit of a difference in the long ball that was played. We looked at different strategies. Instead of going wide and coming in and having our left and right back push up as far onto the field as we've seen. So we could see that there's a little bit of strategy. And I'm not too sure that I feel, I've got a hunch that this is a test to see how we could rearrange the midfield. And I think we're going to be seeing a different type of gameplay from Liverpool, which excites me. Because I know a little bit about how the technical team thinks about gameplay, and all of that is calculated based on individual player statistics and how they can contribute to the greater team. And so when you see that changes, it's a bit of a feel of how your more senior players will adapt to that type of gameplay, but know that they're leaving room for new players and new blood to come in, and that's the exciting bit.
Look, I saw Minamino as well. I saw Minamino as well. He also had a nice, vibrant game, though. He was more energetic, and it felt like also that he wanted to play, though.
Yeah, he feels more at home now. You can see he feels part of the group.
I think that's true. One of the things that we spoke about to Peter Moore when he was here in Cape Town, I don't know if you guys caught some of that. Peter Moore, the current and outgoing CEO of Liverpool. When he was here in Cape Town in February this year, one of the things he spoke about in his presentation to the supporters club was the analytics and how everything gets analyzed. So months before a player joins the club, they would be able to analytically say where this player would fit in best, what the gameplay would be that would suit that player the best, and what the win ratio is with that player included based on that gameplay. So, for example, with a Liverpool team that we had in the previous season and the season before that, a player like Philippe Coutinho, which everyone wanted to know, is he coming back to Liverpool? Are you guys looking to get him back? The gameplay would not have worked for a player like that. It would have frustrated the player, and it would have hindered our chances of winning that Champions League in the season before last and winning the Premier League in last season. So a player like Minamino, when people were getting frustrated with, hey, this guy is not living up to expectation, it's because the type of gameplay that we saw was suited to a front three pressing forward with the aid of your left and right back. That's not the game Minamino plays. And so now we saw, when he looked more energetic, that the gameplay was developed around his abilities or his capabilities and his way of playing. And all of a sudden, the player looks like he is Superman on steroids. And it was phenomenal to see. And when we see the changes coming through in the midfield, oh, it's going to be glorious. Oh, it's going to be good. I'm getting goosebumps.
We actually spoke about this last week with Pretoria, the official club's supporters club Pretoria. I also told them that if you look at the way Jurgen Klopp and the technical staff operate, when he came in that first 2 seasons, it was rock and roll football, hardcore, just go full out press, 4 goals early, everything. Then when we got Van Dijk and Alisson in, we were more conservative, not so adventurous, but then we started deploying the fullbacks as our main creative outlets. And
that's correct.
We were towards the end of the season, we were starting to get found out with that tactic. They said teams sat deep, absorb the press, and try to counter, and by exposing our fullbacks. So we said it would be interesting to see if Jurgen Klopp and the technical staff will change our style of play this season, so that we can't get caught out like that, because Team Star will catch you out if you keep the same style of play. So seeing what I saw on Saturday, it is exciting, especially with the prospect of Thiago Silva coming in, maybe, because he can thread a ball from defense to attack just like that. And that with him and emerging Minamino and a fit Naby Keita, I think that we are sorted in that position. That's why I don't think a player like Coutinho is on the books for coming back, unless he'll cost 15, 20 million. Then I think they'll take him back. But he's not one that they're looking at for, because in our midfield, we are covered. So the Genie, Wijnaldum and Thiago thing, we said if Ronald Koeman's going to be Barcelona coach, the rumors are going to start. It's obvious. And the rumor started, he's on his way to Barcelona, or they've got in contact with him. Are you concerned with Genie going out and a Thiago coming in, or do you feel relaxed about the decision? Because look, Genie is a brilliant player. We love Genie. I love his energy in midfield, his running ability, off the ball, his pressing, all of that, especially the goals he contributes. But would you be, are you comfortable with that swap taking place if it does happen?
I'd be very comfortable. I've got full confidence in the ability of our technical team, the match analytics, and of course Jurgen Klopp with his motivation behind the players. It would be sad to see someone like Genie go, but if he would be more comfortable in his development, I think it would be great for him as a player. I wouldn't want to see him be held back. Whatever changes will be brought to the midfield will be fantastic. You mentioned something very important that we were found out, with our gameplay. People started catching on to what we're doing. But I think the most powerful asset that we have in that midfield, Jordan Henderson. People often get frustrated and they say, but Henderson never presses. He never pushes forward on the field. He always plays backward. And that is what makes him one of the best midfielders in the English Premier League. I think in Europe, if I may, because Jordan Henderson's game, and I'm yet to see another player in European football do this. It is to break down attacks, to slow down the game, and make sure that Liverpool regains possession when we are under attack. And that type of gameplay is what saved us in a lot of instances. And of course, with big VVD at the back there doing his thing. And then, of course, Alisson as our final line of defense. But somebody like Jordan Henderson ensures that we slow down the game bring it back to our pace, and make sure that we can again start to build on our attack. Now, what that attack will look like going forward, I don't yet know, but it's exciting. And so I think that the attacking players from the midfield, and this will be our gameplay, slowing it down, making sure we get control, and then pushing forward through the midfield. Whatever player is going to be coming into that midfield is going to have the capability of feeding our forwards. So
Look,
whether it's Genie or someone else, I won't be able to say, but that player will have to be able to play that gameplay.
On Jordan Henderson, you see what sets him apart is if he wins the ball back brilliantly. And when he does win the ball back, he doesn't look for the fancy Hollywood pass forward or nice through ball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He'll give it to Trent, the guy that can actually put that Hollywood ball or pass through, or give it to another player. The one, if he picks up his head and he sees that guy in front, he gives it to that guy. What other players do is like what Pogba does. He takes the ball and then tries to play the Hollywood pass. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But Henderson functions so brilliantly in what he does. That's why he doesn't get a lot of credit because he doesn't do that thing. But what he does brilliantly. I had the same argument with fans. That's the reason he won Football Writers Association Award, because of what he did off the field, and he's the best player in his position in the league, hands down. But people don't understand it.
For sure.
They don't.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly, I agree.
I think myself and Jonathan also added it, but we told ourselves that at the moment there's no one that's doing that what he's doing. You can't say Fernandinho is doing it. You can't say Matic is doing it because they can't do what Henderson is doing. It's like you said, that's what the match analytics, they have a specific role for Jordan Henderson, and that's what he needs to do, and that's what he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's brilliant
I agree.
at it. He's brilliant at it. I'm telling you. And he's adaptable. When Fabinho was injured, he just slot into that role and he played it. At the FIFA Club World Cup, they let him play. Was it centre back or right back? I can't say, but he played in defense. He played there as well. His versatility wasn't even mentioned now, but that's one of his attributes he has. And you know, I just love that guy. I can't, if you think about it, you can't think of another captain at the moment for Liverpool. When Dijk first came in, I thought he would probably be captain because you could see his leadership qualities. But the way Henderson stepped up his game now, I don't see anybody taking the armband from that guy until he retires, because he's absolutely brilliant. I love my captain. I'm considering actually buying my Liverpool shirt with the Henderson at the back.
Oh, that will be brilliant.
Yes, I love my captain. He's a brilliant player. He's a brilliant player.
Celebrating.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, cover it.
No, I wanted to say, and that's part of the culmination of a great footballing outfit. Liverpool is not individually driven. It's not driven by individuals. It's always a team effort with the contribution of the individuals within there. And if you have a fantastic team like that, driven by individuals working together, you are going to need somebody to always ensure that tight-knit, let's call it a community on the field, is kept together, reminding them, guys, we need to do this as a unit. And over and over, Henderson's just shown us that that's what he's about. And I think that's what made us push through and persevere, and made us win that much coveted trophy that we wanted for all these years.
Yeah. Lee had a question on the trophy. Lee?
Actually, yes. I wanted to know, Neil, how did it feel when you knew Liverpool was going to win the league? How did it feel for you?
Oh man, we were told by the official Liverpool Supporters Club, we were told, just wait until everything has been finalized before you start celebrating and before you start, getting over happy, for the lack of a better word. And when Peter Moore was here, we asked him, since you're speaking about all these analytics, what are the chances that we won't win? And he said, well, look, we don't have stats on that. We don't know. But all we are saying is we want to wait until we win to celebrate. Well, at the
Yeah,
end of his
makes sense.
presentation, and at the end of his presentation, and I mean, this was in February, we started singing, we're going to win the league, we're going to win the league. And he started singing with us. And so the excitement was rife. And we
Yes.
noticed that even the CEO could not contain himself.
So
He could
yeah.
not stop himself.
Oh,
And I think the excitement started after the 10th game of the season, when we saw that we had a 10 game unbeaten streak.
yeah, it was different.
The
It
spider
was
sensor
different.
started going off. We
It was
started saying,
different.
guys, this looks
Yeah,
like it's it.
it
And
was different.
it was very different. Now, I started following Liverpool FC as a young lad in 1987. I
Also,
was
you
very
saw a
privileged.
title.
I saw them rolling in, and back then, we were only lucky if we could see an FA game on a Saturday. So there wasn't a lot of the football. Well, we weren't as exposed to it as we are now. But I'll never forget. It was around either the 20th or 22nd of September 1987. My dad and I, my late father and I, sat down, and my dad said, "Watch this guy." And that was when John Barnes just started, and he scored his first goal for Liverpool on the 18th of September, 1987. Never forget that day as a little young 6-year-old watching. And we watched Liverpool clinch title after title and just take trophy after trophy. And it was fantastic. And I've been following ever since. And then when we didn't win the Premier League again, and with the advent of the Manchester United team who phenomenally won that 13 Premier League or league titles. Through all those years, Liverpool was never without a trophy. Never
Yeah,
really without a
definitely.
trophy. We were winning the
Consistently.
Champions League, FA Cup every now and again, and we were winning trophies. It was just not that EPL, and thankfully it came back and we won it. But after seeing 10 games in, we were excited. We knew something phenomenal was going to happen, and it did. And I'm grateful to be part of them, be around it, see that happen. Oh, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
definitely. I can remember when I started following Liverpool. This was the Spice Boys time. We were
Yes,
still on 18, still on 18 titles, but I think United was they. I can't remember the exact number. I think they had 11 or 10 or something like that. And I told myself, look, Liverpool will probably have one or two titles before they reach 18. And I had to witness them so fast and it hurt so much. But finally, we all got to see them win the league title for the first time. And so much has changed in 30 years, but with the attitude, the mentality, and the type of recruiting going on at Liverpool, I don't think it's going to.
Fantastic.
I'm positive it's not going to be another 30 years because we had this conversation also. I think Klopp would have told the players that the main target is before, because we know Klopp is going to leave in 2024, 2025,
That's
because he
correct.
says he doesn't want to be manager until he's 60 or in his 60s. He still wants to
That's
enjoy
right.
his life. And if he says something, he's going to do it. Nobody's going to change his mind. So he would have told these guys, the group of players that he has, let's get 21 league titles before he goes. Let's put Liverpool back on top. We're already on top in
Get
Europe,
us back on our
England.
perch.
Get us back on that perch. So if he can manage that, sure.
Absolutely.
Never mind
No,
Man City building
it'll be
statues for
fantastic.
every player. Man City building statues for every second player now. That guy, they just have to get another gate for him. It's the Shankly gates, the Paisley gates, and the Klopp gates. You don't want the statue bigger than gates for the legends at
No, for
Liverpool
sure.
gets gates. Yeah, that
I'm,
man
I'm,
is.
I'm sure.
It's going to be a
I'm
sad
sure it
day.
will be something like that. I'm
Definitely.
sure.
So, what is your prediction for the Charity Shield? Seeing that Arsenal miraculously out of nowhere. Nobody saw it coming. Arsenal won, Liverpool 2-1. Was it 2-1? It was 2-1 in the league.
That's
Help
right.
me here, guys.
Uh,
That's it. The sugar water type of moments if Arsenal win you.
that's correct.
So, what's your prediction for the weekend's game?
I think it's a. I'm just going to go out on a limb with this and say it's a 2-0 Liverpool. I haven't really seen Arsenal preseason. I don't know what they're about. One thing is for sure that I assume or believe it's not all rosy over there, and I think Liverpool will be able to capitalize on that. I think Liverpool has a trick or two up its sleeve, and we are able to contain their danger man. And so I believe that Arsenal's not going to sneak one past us, and we're going to be seeing some fantastic Liverpool football on Saturday, and I believe it's a 2-0 in favour of Liverpool.
Lee, what's your prediction?
I would go on a limb like Niels. I would go for 3-0. Arsenal defense is bad. Aubameyang is not normally that threat against us, and that 2-1 loss, that wasn't, I don't think our mindset was there as yet. But now it's eagerness. It's the first start of the league that's coming up. So I will go, we're going to play, they're going to play most probably on the back seat. But I know their defense is weak. So I know we can punish them.
I'm going to go in the middle of you two guys. I'm going to say 3-1. I think we will go 3-0 up and then just get too relaxed and then concede one goal towards the end. So I'm going to go for a 3-1. But so if you think about the lineup, do you think you would go full strength? Because there is still 2 weeks before the league starts. 2 weeks.
The thing is,
do you think they will go full strength?
We will need to see how the squad looks. Is he going to go full strength or is he going to mix it up a bit? I think knowing Klopp, we will most probably. I think if this was a cup, then we might take it serious and put in those players. But we will have to wait to see what the lineup is. Obviously, the lineup will tell us how serious he is about the charity sale.
Yeah, I think it will be a mix. There is only 2 weeks before everything official starts. All the big games and the big competitions start. And we've already got an injury in Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's out with a knee injury. So I think there will be a little bit of caution over there. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Isn't Henderson also injured or something?
He's still injured. Yes.
I'm not too sure what the status is on Henderson.
And I heard one Liverpool player had COVID-19, but they didn't disclose who it was. One of the players got COVID on the preseason camp, but they didn't disclose who it was. So I'm just hoping it's not my captain, because that's 2 weeks out.
Too.
That's 2 weeks out. If it's true, it's 2 weeks out, and then you have to get up to fitness, to get your fitness up to scratch. That's another 2 weeks probably. So that's probably 4 weeks. 4 weeks out. So that's 2-3 games in the Premier League. My captain can't miss 2-3 games, because in this league, it all depends on how you start this league. They used to say it's a marathon, not a sprint, but that changed.
That's true.
It's a consistent sprint. You can't slack. That's due to Liverpool and Man City and the levels that they've set. They start running from the first game, and then they see who loses first. It's almost like if you lose first and you're 3 points behind, that gap looks so big, it's impossible to catch. So that's why you just have to keep. That's what makes the title race between those two so brilliantly these couple of seasons. But who do you anticipate challenging Liverpool and City for the title this season?
I think we might be surprised this season, this coming season. Chelsea could turn things around. I don't know what Lampard's going to do, but they just seem like in that last 3 games that they played, just a little bit more threatening than they have looked throughout the season. So I definitely think they're going to be hungry to come back and prove a point. Whatever politics was going on there, because I believe it was politics, whatever politics was going on over there may have been put to bed, and they're going to come out looking totally different. So I think they'll be pushing for a top 4 position, and they might even try and push for the top position.
Yeah.
I think I don't really see anyone else. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Leeds is going to be doing. But I don't really see anyone else threatening for the top positions. A lot of the clubs have been struggling. But I don't know if it's everyone says it's financial, or it's this or that, or it's the coach or that. I just think there's a lot of players with terrible attitudes in the Premier League at the moment. So I don't really see any other clubs. I don't know. I speak under correction.
No, I agree with you. I actually think Chelsea will be one of the other challenges. I also think, especially with the Harvards deal looking like it's going to go through, just think their defense and their goalkeeping situation will throw them off. But definitely think they'll throw their hat into the mix as well. Lee, do you have anything else to ask?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So Neil, like I said, we are currently we a brand new channel. We're trying to grow the online community.
Fantastic.
We follow you guys on Twitter as well. Like to see the feeds and stuff. What we do now is we share the video and ask people to subscribe to the channel as well. So you guys can ask your supporters to start subscribing to the channel as well, and so that we can get this community going. And like I said, we would love to come to the supporters club because it's near us. It's like a 20-minute drive, and then start doing fan cams with the people and interact with the people when it's safe to do so, and start uploading those vids as well. And also during the course of the season, what we would like to do is maybe have yourself on, and then one of the Pretoria or the Durban guys to come on the show as well, and then have a pre-match discussion or post-match discussion about the games, like they do in the UK. So we would like to do all of those. We're planning on doing a similar interview with Liverpool in Mauritius, the supporters club in Mauritius. The guy's name is Iqbal. His name is also Iqbal. He also said they're keen. So we get him also on the show, and then during the course of the campaign, just get you guys on the show again, and then speak about how the season's going and speak about the matches and everything like that. So is it okay if we have you again on the show?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
One of the guys you should definitely get on as well is Ian Parker. Ian's a phenomenal guy. He is the chairperson of the OLSC Gauteng. And he was one of the guys who started the very first official Liverpool supporters club. When I say OLSC, that's what it stands for, Official Liverpool Supporters Club. He's the one that had the first supporters club here in South Africa. They've actually won Best Supporters Club in the world a couple of years ago. The following year, the Cape Town Supporters Club was voted one of the top 3 supporters clubs in the world. We were just outdone by Cyprus, which also does a fantastic job out there. But so we've got some fantastic supporters clubs, not just in South Africa, but through Africa. And our supporters club with the 3 here in South Africa is part of the global network and on the African network as well. We look forward to connecting.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have you guys on during the course of the season also. But from my side, Neil, it's been a brilliant show. It's been nice to meet you, and we really can't wait to get to the supporters club when it's safe to do so, so that we can engage with the people and just get that Anfield vibe going. Because I can remember how the guys were singing and stuff in the club, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So can't wait for that. But from now, from my side,
to having you there.
Yeah. from my side, thank you very much for joining us. Lee, if you have anything else to add to us?
Nothing else. I just want to say thank you, Neil, for making the time or taking the time to meet with us. It's been a pleasure. It has been great fun.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, and I've had a fantastic time.
Okay, thanks, Neil.
Okay. Cheers, Neil.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.